suck,
and that's sad.
An
AEW
wrestling
podcast
of wrestling news.
Well, hello and welcome to YSATS X AEW. We are a podcast about AEW wrestling. We talk about the latest and greatest of what's going on. This week, I'm here with TK.
Hello, everybody.
And Matt.
Low energy, Jesse. I need a bigger, bolder, better opener. That one is gonna that's not getting anybody out of their seats. Let's do it again. Roll it back.
But we don't want them out of their seats. We want them in their seats.
Back. We want people to stand when they're listening to us.
Okay.
And
all right. It's for the Patreon viewers.
They get the initial opening. They don't get, everybody gets this one. This is the free one. This is the energy one. But the guest appearance from the former president and the initial chopped, that's all Patreon only.
That's all Patreon only.
Unless we decide to do another free preview week this week. But we'll talk
we
about
can't
it.
do that every week. We're just giving money away at this point.
Well, that's up to the dice. That's not up to us.
Dice.
Yeah.
Dice?
Did somebody say dice?
We know how you get around dice, so we haven't included you. But every decision we make about this podcast, Jessica and I just roll dice. And the dice basically tells us how it's going to go.
That sounds about right. That sounds like how I live my life anyway. Just
you have no idea how many times your life has been saved by the dice. You only lost one roll once, but then you made your saving roll, so it was okay.
Nice.
But
nice dice.
Yeah.
Natty one.
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready? Let's get this podcast started.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay.
Born ready.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to YSATS X AEW. It's an AEW podcast. I'm here with TK.
Hello, everybody.
And Matt Durpin in the background.
Oh my God!
So we are here to talk about the latest Rampage Battle of the Belts 5. They've been going for like 3 years and they've had 5 of those. It makes no sense.
It feels like they were all in 2022.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was part of the deal when they moved to TBS. It came with the TBS move. So
Oh, really?
yeah, when they moved to TBS, part of the whole dealio was like, because they made the agreement to be a TNT show, and there's some kind of prestige and increased viewership that comes with that. So as part of them accepting the move to TBS and not hitching a fit just to make things smooth, they were offered, I think, 3 Battle of the Belts initially, specials, and they must have re-upped and asked for more. Like, they're not doing great, but they must be doing well enough, especially for Saturdays on TNT.
They're AEW's version of like in your house pay-per-views before pay-per-views were cool.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, kind of.
Those were like
I don't
2
mean they're
hours,
the same caliber. I just mean that they're like using them as like pseudo pay-per-view, like hype up shows. Like usually that 2-hour block has a good 2-hour block.
Most of them haven't been hyped, and this is the first time they've done a 2-hour block. Generally, it's the pre-taped Rampage on Friday, then Battle of the Belts live on Saturday,
yeah.
or pre-taped. I think only the first one was live. The last couple were pre-taped because I remember reading the spoilers for them right after Dynamite.
The 2-hour block is nice. I like the Rampage plus extra hour worth of wrestling.
Yeah, this is
probably makes for a good live show.
This is the way to do it. This is the way.
It is the way.
This is definitely the way.
I lost my train of thought.
Were we playing? How do you lose a train? Trains are huge.
We were all watching me take off my clothes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I did see the shirt come off and I got a little distracted. You know how that goes.
I do.
Too much of that. It's a good thing we're not on Twitch, because then we'd be shut down for that one.
Well, no, then we just have an inflatable hot tub behind us and it'd be all Gucci.
Yeah, we're not on Twitch. We tried to do this live. Oh my goodness, we'd be out of our jobs.
Why? No, we'd be fine on doing that.
No, man. You know what you say that doesn't make the cut, all right? And I'm going to leave it at that.
I don't have anything bleeped when I talk, so
Oh, yeah, it's because we have to remove the whole section. It's not even salvageable when you go into your fits. I'm not trying to bring this up on the podcast, okay? Nobody needs to hear about how passionately you will defend, we'll say, a certain WWE wrestler that isn't allowed to be mentioned anymore. And we're not going to talk about the time you literally tried to justify what he did, because that's sick, man.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's sick. But I'm sorry, I'm editorializing here.
You don't need to apologize.
Oh, that makes me weak. Oh,
Yep.
jeez.
You done fucked up.
Well, you know what? You didn't let me finish my thought, Mr. Jesse Cutoff. Jex Cutoff. I'm sorry that I can't jump through the screen and beat your ass right now. Boom. See? Was that an apology? I don't think so. Top
Yeah,
G out. Oh, man. Wait, nope. He is out.
Still sounded pretty apologetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's
Yeah.
okay.
What was
Because we're
that?
gonna start
Wait,
talking
do that again.
about
Do that again. Flash that. What was that?
what?
No, I can't see. It's not catching on the camera. It's background. Okay.
Oh.
What is he's putting something in there.
TK's doing something.
He's doing magic tricks. Get it? Okay. Ooh, it's a strategic planning. That's what he's doing. Wow,
That's our next
podcast
topic.
is awful. What an awful podcast we have, guys. We suck, and that's sad.
But
But
thank
so
you to
do
our
you,
7
so
listeners.
let's be friends. Go ahead, Jexky. Start us down this rampagey path.
Oh, we start out with one of the greatest matches of all time. DBD and John Moxley versus Top Flight.
We're going back to Rampage.
And
Right?
go. That's
got
how
nothing.
much they enjoyed the match.
Yeah.
They're so
I mean, it happened.
they're speechless. It
I
was
didn't watch
great.
it. Yeah, I didn't watch it.
It happened.
Well,
I just saw Top Flight versus the Blackpool Combat Club.
like last week before. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like it's happened forever.
So
Again.
I watched the first, I think, 2 or 3 minutes. It felt samey. It felt very Moxley. And I just got sad. I did skip to the finish, but I don't even remember the finish. Just pretty blasé. Of course, you know, the team that was going to win won and blah, blah, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Danielson locked in a submission. Darius passed out.
Yeah.
That was that. It's like they gave us hope that maybe, just maybe, Top Flight would win this one.
And they didn't further the whole like Top Flight really proved themselves thing or took a lot of beating because they didn't have the time to do that. So what was the point of grinding up this young team that definitely has a future once again? Like what's the point? There's a gajillion other teams that you can have them squash. I don't know. This is obviously get Mox on TV and have DBD play into his winning every week thing.
Yeah, that's really
So-
all it is because there's no.
Why are you
they had to-
squashing them?
Get the
They had
guys
to
on
point out
TV.
the fact that, like, even if DBD lost, it didn't count towards his match versus MJF
For reasons.
for reasons. Because
But-
it's singles only.
Yeah,
Not
and
tag.
all the time though, when they show AEW record, they're combining the singles and the tags, and
They
that
show
number.
all kinds of
So,
different records.
yeah,
It's hilarious. They show whatever looks good at that moment for
Yeah.
that wrestler.
which is fine. I mean, I wish they'd do more with it, tell you the truth. But
Me too.
sometimes when they have tried to do more with it, you've gotten silly things where like, well, Hobbs is the #1 contender.
Yeah,
And it's like, that's funny. We've spent 3 months complaining about how he hasn't been on TV once in 3 months. And he's the #1 contender now. So you can beat him on TV just for the hell of it. Like,
Just,
okay.
just to have him on TV for a minute.
Or like
And
when
that's
Butcher
about all
and
we're getting.
Blade like won a squash on Rampage, then it was like, it's our turn to be #1 again. And they're like, oh, okay, Butcher and Blade, who I don't think I've
that's how it
ever
works.
seen win a match until that random squash is the
That's how
Unless
it
you
#1
works
watch
in
Von
video
Dark.
games.
That's about it.
Like,
but-
wow, great. Okay, but it's fine. It's cool. You don't need to beat Top Flight that much. And that's going to be my theme on matches, I think, for this whole show is my interest at this point is killed by how many guys they just are desperate to get on TV, but then never want to put over. Most
Yeah.
notably, my friend Take a Shit, who's
Yep.
super great, but you just beat him and beat him and beat him.
Every
and
match. Every
what's
match.
the point? like making him take a bunch of moves and survive a lot. Like, okay, you do that once or twice in a loss against a big star, it can help him. But when you're doing it every match, it's just like, wow, this guy has superpowers and he still can't win. What an idiot.
Like, why are we
know.
seeing this at this point?
I know you want to put him on TV. Let him beat some people, please.
That's yeah. And that's how I felt with Top Flight.
Yes.
I felt like they were pushing. So like, oh, they can win. It doesn't hurt DBD. So I'm like, well, let them win. It's not going to hurt Moxley.
Nah.
It's not going to hurt DBD. Like, you're going to get Top Flight over in the ring. They need help with their mic skills. Maybe they get a manager or someone.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, once they have that, sky's the limit as long as they stay healthy. And I enjoyed the match. I was upset with the outcome. Oh, not upset, but I was a little bummed because I really was hoping for
How can you
Top
be
Flight
bummed
to
when
go
you
over.
knew it was going to happen?
Yeah. But there was that match. The BCC won again 2 weeks in a row.
BBC.
And then we
GPPB.
I mean, I love the BBC. So what happened
OPP.
next?
Yeah, you know me. We get Adam Page cutting a promo talking about
Oh
sending
my goodness.
Moxley a VHS.
I have no opinion on this because I just fast forwarded it.
This
Oh.
was in like, oh my god, I hope no one like is watching me watch this because I'm embarrassed to be watching this territory for me. This was really bad. He's not good at talking.
Like
No.
he tries to be angry, but it feels forced.
Yeah.
He's a Westworld robot.
Like you're forced. Your anger is forced. It's not natural. So I don't think you're really mad.
It's like if you were 3 inches taller and a little more attractive, you'd be like a daytime soap opera actor, maybe. But like that's about as far as your acting ability goes. It's pretty bad.
It'd be like if Fabio had a younger brother who was like the Waluigi. He's just Fabio's Waluigi.
Oh boy. I sure wish Waluigi was in Super Smash Brothers.
Don't we all?
Yeah, everybody but Sakurai.
All we get him in is tennis, and I don't think he was in the soccer game.
Really?
I don't know.
But he's got the crotch chop. Famously, he's in the GameCube one. He had the crotch chop.
I don't know. I haven't played it. I've only really played the tutorial.
Oh, you buy a lot of games that you never play, don't you?
Yeah, I tend to.
God bless you.
Hey, the little bit I play, I enjoy at the time.
Yeah, hell yeah. And it's there.
And I know if I ever feel like playing, I've got it. It's waiting for me. Like I got Mario Baseball for the GameCube. I maybe played one game, but I still have it.
Like, oh man, it's baseball with Mario. Gotta get this.
I mean, Mario Tennis actually I enjoy a lot, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. The next stuff.
Why that conversation was much better than whatever the fuck Adam Page said. So I don't even
yeah.
care about Smash Brothers, and I care more about what you guys just said than anything Adam Page would have said. So,
Yeah,
well, we're done with Page right now. We're going on to the tag match with Britt Baker, DMD, and Jamie Hayter versus.
Can I go back
Renegades.
to Adam Page again real quick though?
Yeah,
you know
can.
what? No.
Yeah.
I'll save it for when we get to the match from Dynamite. Go ahead, keep going.
Okay. So they went against the Renegades.
That's the twins, right?
Yeah. Which I enjoy. I've liked them on Dark.
Yeah, they've been around a few times.
They've been around actually like since almost the beginning, haven't they? Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Year one, I think they came out. They would only do Dark,
I think
and I think they got
relatively
one match on Dynamite where they did the twin spot. It was a singles match.
Yeah,
I don't think it
actually
was in
did
like
that.
the super beginning, but like within that next like
Within the first year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they got
The latter
better.
half of year one.
If and when there's a women's tag division, I think we could see a lot more of them.
We don't need a
Oh,
women's
absolutely.
tag division. We don't even get enough time for the women that can do singles.
I know.
matches.
That's why I said if. But DMD and Hayter win. to prove that they're going to win on Wednesday. We get then a House of Black promo, which I liked a lot. They're calling out Eddie Kingston, and I don't know, it's like they're trying to recruit him.
Yeah, which is
And
never gonna happen.
No,
Yeah,
because I
that'd be
don't
pretty
think he
funny.
would fit with
It
them.
would be I mean, it would be comical. It would be
love it.
hilarious.
I would love it.
I would Malachi getting frustrated with them, just Eddie's shaking
yeah.
his head at the bullshit and just like rolling his eyes. Yeah, it'd be
Like,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
If they want to do The Rock with the Nation of
Yeah,
Domination,
basically, yeah.
that's what
That
Eddie
famous
Kingston would
gif.
be.
Yeah.
DBD did it with the Wyatt family. Yeah, when he got
Yeah.
forced to join him.
It's like,
That's true.
oh god, why are you guys talking all cryptic? Let's go kick their ass. Like, what the fuck? So but I like the promo. I like Julia Hart in this role
Definitely.
better
Yeah,
than what she was doing
I think
before.
this gimmick is a little better for her. She's coming into her own, it seems.
Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, every time they have one of those promos, she delivers more lines than she did in a year and a half as the Varsity Blondes cheerleader. Every single promo, she says, she gets to do things here. That's good.
yeah, she's not just
Did they let go of Griff Garrison?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen
I know
him
I let
in
go
ages.
of him.
You did. You fired him.
I don't know. I know they're trying to repackage Pillman. I think they're trying to repackage him with Brock Anderson.
Too much going on sometimes with
So,
everything. That's what
that's
I don't
more
like
of a
about,
dark thing.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about a lot of talent at the same time.
Yeah.
The one bad thing about picking up too much talent. Which, if the cons buy WWE, woo, then we have all the talent.
Shit. I don't know if TK can handle that.
Well, his dad would be the
All right,
one
I'm sorry,
putting up the
Flexo.
bill and buying it. So.
I don't know if Flexo could handle that.
What's what's Shahir
Notice.
Khan or worth? What's he even worth?
I think it's
Shahad
billions.
Khan? I don't know.
Well, it's definitely billions. I don't know how many because WWE is going to be a big
Like $7 billion.
Yeah, it's going to be big. And he would put together an ownership group, no doubt. But I mean, he'd at least have to probably fork 3.5-4 bill.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, they should definitely look into it. That'd be terrible if it happened.
Oh,
Like just terrible.
it'd basically be just like when Vince bought WCW and ECW.
Yeah.
Like we're just gonna get that all over again.
Oh man, did you see when when Jacksonville clinched Tony Khan in the locker room, just looking all awkward and flexo-y while all the players celebrated? Yeah, he was
Oh,
there.
that's awesome.
He looks
We were
like a
at
kid.
my parents' house for a big family Christmas thing.
Did he look like the kid there with his father on
yes, he did.
He went with daddy to work and he's like, look what we got, son. Yeah, I run this too.
Well, Shahid Khan's worth 11.6 billion. So I mean, he could if he wanted to do it. I don't know. Now I don't know how much of that is like pure, like is actual capitalized, or how much of that is just like ownership and stocks. Like I don't know how real that money is, but he could still facilitate the purchase one way or the other if he wanted to. He's got the money.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and sell Fulham FC, sell his stake in that to get some extra money.
You can do whatever. I mean, you know what? The only way I want it is if like the Saudis want to do it, then he can step up and be a superhero. Anybody but the Saudis. Anyone.
That's the motto I want.
Anyone but the Saudis.
Qatar steps in. Ah.
I mean, hey, AEW's women's division is going to be pretty bitching if the Saudis buy WWE. AEW's women division all of a sudden is going to be the best in history.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly go through the rest of Rampage. So
we're going to try to derail you the best we can.
I know you will, but we got Preston Vance with Jose the Assistant versus Sonico.
Cool, you can skip that. I did.
All right, so instead of that, we talked about what was your favorite stage from DuckTales for the NES?
The one where you had to jump on the diamonds and go like this on the mine carts.
Okay, yeah, the underground one. Okay, yeah. You fight the roly-poly guy.
You
and
didn't
the
think I'd
sludge
have a real
monster.
answer to that, did you?
I wasn't sure. I don't know. You're
It's
old.
from the 80s.
Yeah, you're. Oh well, that you don't like movies from the 80s. I don't think you said you had a problem with 80s video. You love
Nope.
Tetris.
It's
Tetris
just
is one of
some.
your
It's
faves.
just some films.
Tetris is not only from the 80s but communist.
I
That's why
can
it's
play it in my
great.
brain. That's why I love it.
All right, Jexy, what's your favorite level for NES DuckTales?
I never played it.
Oh, get the okay. Keep talking, Rampage.
Well, you can buy it. Anyway, what happened with Preston Vance?
Oh, he beat Sonico, who the crowd loved apparently.
Is that a squash match or the main event?
It was a
I
squash.
don't remember. This is like 6 days ago.
It was a squash. Squatch. Not a
That's a Dr.
Sasquatch, but a
Squatch?
squatch.
Oh,
Squash. And then Vance started to rip the mask off Sonico. Well, he ripped it off and like drug him to the back. So that was the thing. And then the interview with Renee Paquette and Darby Allin from Wednesday aired to set up the match against the Kingdom, Mike Bennett. And that's going to be our main event.
It's time for the main event.
Yeah. And Darby Allin does Darby Allin stuff.
yeah. Wasn't anything special. It's
I mean,
fine.
he came out without the skateboard, I think. Like, he just came out to fight. And, yeah, it's Darby Allin match versus a dude who got signed and hasn't done anything since the signing to set up for the thing. The Battle of the Belts 5.
Bob.
What
Oh,
was
yeah.
our opener for that?
Darby Allin won, by the way.
Yes.
Just so everyone knows.
As if there was any doubt. Yes.
Hey, you don't know sometimes, man.
Sometimes you do not ever know.
Yeah. So you
Although
just kind of got
for a
it.
title belt, yeah, you kind of know. For a title belt, and when it's a guy that just won it, and when it's Mike Bennett, yeah, you kind of know. You do kind of know.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, you know, he might like lose, but he's not losing the belt. Be like a count out or something like that might happen, but it didn't, and it shouldn't have. And on we go to Bob Part 5. We
Bob
opened
Part
with
5.
yeah, Battle.
I
of
was
Belts,
thinking
right?
we'd wait to get that started.
Wait for what?
Oh,
Did you have an answer for the DuckTales question? Did you open a ROM and play enough to give me an answer?
oh no! I just figured with the remaining time before we had to
Right.
start the new one.
All right.
Does
Just
that make sense?
Just say Transylvania and be done with it. Or the moon.
Transylvania, and I'm done
All
with
right.
it.
All right. Cool, man. I like the moon. There we go. We've covered 3 of the 5 stages here on YSATS X DuckTales.
There's only 5
Woo!
stages.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a 6th end stage, but it's not a stage. You just climb up a rope and you can't lose.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that until just now. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, you have to beat what's his Glomgold Flintheart. I don't know. He was the South African duck.
I can picture it in my head. The whole game.
Scrooge's
memories.
rival.
Scrooge
McDuck. That's right. So do you want to start the next Zoom meeting, or do you want to just talk about bullshit for 5 minutes? I'm good either way. Good for bullshit. Good for anything.
Well, I'll schedule the next meeting
Then it'll start automatically
at 9:15. Well, it'll start in 4 minutes.
Sweet.
This breakup brought to you by Patreon.
So like,
Yeah,
we can bullshit for a few minutes. Like that's fine.
We should do the fake commercials. Those were really fun. I don't know why.
Matt, you lead, I'll follow.
Yeah. We're working good there. So we'd have to like cut the middle jibba jabba and then put in a fake commercial, I guess.
I mean, who's sponsoring us tonight?
Well, sir, today we are sponsored by the Young Bucks Management Group. here at the Young Bucks Management Group, we don't like those pushy sales guys any more than you do. I mean, who wants to be sold a product? We don't want to sell anything. In fact, sign up with the Bucks Management Group and you'll never have to sell anything else again in your life.
But
Will
wait,
we do it
there's
for
more.
you? No, we won't do it for you. We're not selling anything either. But if you want to get rid of some stuff, we will make sure we find someone with a little less status than us, and we will make them sell everything. You won't have to get your hands dirty. We won't have to get our hands dirty. We'll have someone else get their hands dirty and sell for us all day long. Yes, sir. Just like usury laws in medieval Europe, we pass our weird picadillos on to other people. And in this case, our weird picadillo is your peace of mind at Young Bucks Management Group. And shut up about our stupid name, or we'll no sell you.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. I didn't know where to go with it, but I
I like
found
the
the
no
path.
sell you though.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I found the path after a Rocky Romero start.
Like it took you a minute, but you got
It
there.
did. Yeah, I'm a little high.
Oh,
I got
yeah?
these things. They're called Jeters. They got like keef and other stuff, and it's all wrapped in wax, and it's
Is
pretty
it a
potent.
new thing?
I don't know. I got some for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Baby Jeter infused
Derek Jeter infused.
watermelon Skittles,
They
indica.
have Derek Jeter's bless.
They do. His cum, his semen is in each. That's how they bind them together. This is Hall of Fame cum.
Oh, they bind him. It's like the One Ring. Nice.
Mm-hmm. They bound by Derek Jeter's cum.
I
He handed out all the other rings in his sex gift baskets he used to infamously give out. And then the chicks and dudes, I'm assuming he's bi, would put on the rings, and then they were bound to him. They became Nazgul.
I mean, that's some championship pedigree right there.
Yeah,
So,
man. Yeah, Derek
just
Jeter.
No, yeah,
Mhm.
there's no denying that one.
Nazgul. Yeah, he's got his own. They'll come. They'll
Nazgul.
come for you. Yeah.
I
If
mean,
you
he'll
ever
see
steal
if you
his.
when you're in a crowd, he'll notice when you have the ring on.
He took all of his World Series rings and he melted them down to make the gold that he crafted the other rings out of. But he has his own one ring, and it just has like all the World Series dates on it, written, of course, in the tongue of Mordor, like written in the dark tongue. And
Is it more like a brass knuckle?
You can only see. No, it's just one big ring. It just has all the dates on it, but you have to get it. You have to put it in the fire to see all that. You know.
Okay.
And when he puts it on, I don't know, something crazy happens. He gets really powerful, you know. He's able to do Derek Jeter stuff like crazy. And his cock gets really big. Baseball bat big.
Oh, wow.
If he wants it, he can control it. He has excellent bat control. He's famous for his bat control.
Coke can.
Yeah, and great hands. He always had great hands. Very solid shortstop, you know. So
yeah.
On to the next one, boys.
Later.
1, 2, 3.
You lying piece of shit.
We're back, guys. Apologize to you who those I can't talk. We got Sylvester Stallone to the Patreon. Everything we say sounds like Sylvester Stallone, you know? Yeah? So
Okay.
that's only for the true blue fans, not the Expendables. That was a little sly joke.
It was a sly joke. Huh.
That's the joke. No.
All right, Adam Page 1.
Jesse, what are your thoughts on the movie Copland?
Copland?
Yeah, you ever seen it?
No, I've not.
Okay.
Is it something I should watch?
No. We don't
Okay.
have to. It's not the worst movie in the world, but
Okay.
Plan 9 from Outer Space.
I mean, it's better, but not better than Plan 9 from Outer Space, right?
Oh,
Yeah, like Plan 9 from Outer Space is legendarily shitty, right? So
But I mean, is it better than Ed Wood?
then the Burton movie, Ed Wood? No, not at all. Ed Wood is a
Okay.
much better movie. Much better movie than Cop.
No,
Ed
I
Wood's-
mean not.
Ed Wood Scissorhands.
No,
Huh?
I meant Ed Wood being the movie that was based off Plan 9 from Outer Space.
No, well, Ed Wood was based on Ed Wood, who wrote and directed and made Plan 9 from Outer Space.
But I thought that was the movie they were filming during that movie.
Yeah, they
Okay.
showed him make that. They showed a lot. Like
Yeah,
they showed up
that's
to
what I was talking about.
a lot of his, but that was a big part of it. George the Animal Wrestling Connection. George the Animal Steel was in that movie, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Oh yeah, baby.
And it was the last movie of was it Dracula?
Bela Lugosi, the end of Bela
Lugosi, yeah.
Lugosi's life for sure.
Yeah.
What real was he supposed to be, like Crusher Creel? What wrestler was he supposed to be in that movie?
I have no idea.
Well, we're gonna look it up now because this is more interesting than Dynamite this week.
Really?
Ed Wood. Yeah, I didn't like Dynamite. I thought it was pretty mid, honestly. Like the ending, especially. I thought it was mid, super mid.
I will. We're not at the ending yet, but I have my opinion on it. And when if we get there,
Go for it, man.
I'll be
We
able
can
to
just
share
start
it.
spitting. We can fly through Dynamite. I don't have
Okay.
much to talk about.
I mean, we had Tony Schiavone in the ring,
That swerve was great.
ready
On
to
the
do
mic.
an announcement. Is like, oh, I can't remember what he said.
It
Like
brings me no
jackass
pleasure to
or-
announce this next person.
Yeah, like he was mad about it.
I thought it was going to be MJF.
We all did, I think.
And
He
then
played a wrestler named Thor Johnson. That's all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, we got that swerve, and I think that's the first time I've actually popped for Adam Cole. Legit. I got excited. I was like, oh, he's back. He's healthy. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about that.
So that was my whole thing from that entire segment. It went on long enough. It got me excited. And that probably was the whole reason why Flexo was just like, make sure you watch it this week. Was for Adam Cole. Baby.
Maybe.
And then we had the Acclaim cut a backstage promo about the
That was
stars of
funny.
Hollywood.
Yeah, that was funny. That was entertaining. Yeah, it was that Caster was listing off a bunch of terrible people. Like, oh, we're gonna have our stars next to
Roseanne Barr.
Donald Trump. Who else? Oh, Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff. And funny that they're shooing up the money to do a star for the Scissors.
Oh really?
I mean, yeah, it's really happening. But like
That's awesome.
you get a star like by asking to have one and then paying them a lot of money.
Oh, okay.
Like $40,000 or something. You have to have some name recognition. Like you can't just be a nobody.
That's
but it's
pretty
not
cool.
like
Yeah.
you're selected for it kind of honor, as they often portray it or do the PR. Like if you have some note, it's kind of like a really like the old Twitter blue checks were only for celebrities or notable people, and the new ones you have to pay for. This is like a combination of the same. If you're notable, you can pay a shitload for a sidewalk check mark in Los Angeles.
Okay. That $8 fucking blue check.
Yeah, and they rotate them too. It's not permanent. Like,
okay, but we're gonna get some scissors on Hollywood Boulevard.
If you're super famous, they'll be like, "Fuck yeah, your prints aren't going anywhere." But if you're
Fuck yeah,
like the Acclaimed, eventually it'll be like, "Okay, see ya, we're taking years out." And
I mean,
some other flavor of the month. Yeah,
can't wait to visit my family in LA. And there's fucking we're taking pictures scissoring on the scissors.
His
We're gonna
scissors
scissor
are
on the
the
scissors.
same size as mine.
While you scissor, while we scissor.
Oh, that's awesome. And then we got the best tag match of the night.
Mm.
It was Big Bill.
Big Bill.
Lee Moriarty versus Jungle Hook. I may have said that very enthusiastically, but it's very sarcastic.
Big Bill.
Jungle Hook won.
Bill.
They're doing a poor
Spoilers.
job of hyping up Big Bill. You give him a big nickname that might as well be Harry and the Hendersons.
Big Bill. Big Bill. Let's go. Let's go. Big Bill.
I mean, they couldn't have done the Little Mac fucking punch out thing any better, other than having fucking Jungle Boy with Hook. Like if it was just Big Barrel versus Hook, perfect. Like do the punch out thing, because that's really what I was seeing when I was watching the match, was punch out but a tag match, which doesn't work.
All right, favorite Mike Tyson's punch out opponent. Go.
From the NES game,
That's Mike Tyson's punch out. Yeah,
Bull,
Bald Bull.
Bald Bull,
All right,
or King Hippo.
he's a classic. Yeah. Okay,
I gotta go with King Hippo.
Captain N King Hippo or NES King Hippo?
NES King Hippo,
Okay, yeah, he's the right color.
not Captain N. Get the
Yeah, he's blue or purple or whatever. No, he is blue. Eggplant Wizard was purple. So, TK, what's your favorite? Do you got one? Don Flamenco. Got it. All right. Cool.
You could have said Tyson.
Yeah, he could have, but he said Don Flamenco. I heard him.
Was it Do Flamingo or Don Flamingo?
Don Flamenco, because he's a flamenco dancer.
Okay.
I couldn't
Mhm.
name a single thing about Mike Tyson's punch out. I don't think I've ever actually played it.
Other
You
than
could-
Mike
you
Tyson.
knew Mike Tyson was in it. You could have said Mike Tyson.
Yeah, but that's not what you
I
asked.
guess your thumbs are faster than my fists. Good job. Congratulations.
That's a
Oh,
good game, man.
I've seen
Good
someone
game.
Have you watched the speedrunners do it blindfolded?
Yeah, it's absurd.
That's
It's
ridiculous.
absurd. Absurd. Just absurd.
Okay. So
Keep
Jungle
going.
Hook won.
Stop derailing us, Jexky.
And that was the end of that one. Then we have an interview with Danhausen.
Does
And-
anybody else have opinions about either of those first two matches? I'm the only one that talked about the first shitty match, and Jesse's the only one that talked about the second mid match.
No, I
Anybody
chimed in
else?
for that first match. It was awful. I said all I said.
I thought I said I liked the first match.
No, I said what I said.
No, I enjoyed it. I actually did enjoy the first match.
I didn't at all. It had Hangman in it. It's very hard to enjoy those.
Yeah, I just took the wrestlers out of it. I tried to ignore the spots that we always get, and I actually enjoyed the first match.
Well, it's because your match was only 1 minute. If you ignore
you
the spots
enjoyed-
we always get,
You enjoyed the referee's 3 count?
yeah, yeah. Mox losing was the only thing we don't ever get. But
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Ooh,
I enjoyed it.
I'm glad he's on vacation too.
So, second match, pretty mid. It was all right, I suppose.
Skip.
Like they kept trying to go back to the spot where Lil Mac was trying to flip Tyson the whole time.
You know, this match actually, here's my take. My takeaway from this was I had to give them credit because like they've done a really good job of kind of hiding the holes in Hook's game with the way they've been booking him. But when he's been doing this tag one, like his only other tag I think was with, he did one with Danhausen, but it was still
Danhausen, yeah.
basically a singles match the way they booked it. And then
Yeah.
he had the one with Action Bronson, but he obviously was the spectacle and it wasn't booked like a wrestling match. This is like the first kind of like wrestling tag match he's been booked in, and you could kind of see the green more than you usually see it, because he hasn't, I mean, they've hit it to the point where he hasn't even looked very green at all in those squashes, but you could tell that they were limiting what he was doing. He did look greener than I think I've ever seen in this match.
I think that's why they put him with Jungle Boy.
Probably, but Jungle Boy is still green as fuck too.
Yeah. So like you get half
All the
green,
grass
half
is
green.
greener on their side, so
Like you're gonna get
Um,
two people half-assing, or not half-assing, but like kind of work with people who know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's like Lee Moriarty's trying, and I like him, but it's funny because like the two guys, you could see which guys are like kind of like get wrestling and are further along, but then you see the other guys just have so much more charisma in everything that they do. It's wild.
And that's it. Like Big Bill, Break Barrel.
Yeah, he's not bad, honestly. Like,
But you're gonna
as a
root for
guy his
Hook over
side,
him.
yeah, he is a charisma vacuum. He kind of is like the perfect just big mook, right?
Yeah.
Like he's just a big mook. He's a big henchman. But
Big Hook.
big mook. Big mook.
Big
Big
Mook.
mook.
Big Barrel. Big Mook.
Big mook. Big mook. So yeah, that was that match.
Like
And
trying to do the T-bone suplexes like the whole time.
Yeah, that was the story. That was good.
Yep.
That
And I
was
liked
good.
it.
It wasn't. I almost, my impulse was to skip, and then I just thought, what am I even doing if I'm skipping it? Give it a chance. It was fine. It was fine. Yeah.
Then we have the weird backstage interview with
Which one
Renee
was this?
Paquette, Danhausen,
Oh,
Orange
yeah.
Cassidy, and Paul Walter Hauser.
Yeah, this one. Yeah. Yeah, he just won a Golden Globe for something. I don't even know who that
guess.
guy,
I don't
who that
know.
guy
I don't
was.
watch. Hollywood award shows are dumb
They are,
and they're a
indeed.
waste of time. So I don't know what he was in that he got the award for. So I can't comment on that.
It's better than Bow Wow.
Let me see who this.
Well, I'm going to finish up the segment real quick
Yeah,
while
yeah.
you do a quick search.
Yeah, do it.
And then he has the audacity to ask Orange, how are you with the best friends? Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You just showed up. You're going to talk shit. And then, AKA Trenton, Chucky T come out. And like, we're all good.
Yeah, it was pretty on point with their responses. Like, yeah, we're friends. Shut up. Like, what's it to you?
But I feel like they're still kind of keeping that little bit of, I don't know. Trent might be a little mad. But hopefully not, because fuck.
Well, I mean, he's got a question mark in his name. He's allowed to be a little mad.
Like, you can break up other teams. Don't break up the best friends.
Don't bring up the OGs, but give him a fucking title, why don't you?
Well, OC got a title. He has a title.
Yeah, but
Well, they already fucking ruined putting the title on the best friends when they had the chance to.
could have had the tag, could have had the trios. They could have done a lot with them correctly.
I mean, not the trios. They weren't going to get it right away.
Hey, you never know.
No, I do know. I mean, it was obvious the Young Bucks were going to get it. Like,
But they had the
gonna get
chance to
tag
give it
title.
to them after the Bucks got suspended.
Yeah, but they gave it to Death Triangle.
Then they rewarded Death Triangle only to,
take it away from them. But that hasn't
we're
happened
not there yet. We're not there yet.
That hasn't happened yet. But I just know during the pandemic so many times where, like, I didn't like FTR because they're like, why are you putting the belts on them so quick?
Let's keep talking, dude. I'm giving you background music, and you're just
Okay.
like, I don't want your gift. I'm gonna walk away because this guy's making noises with his mouth. Well, you know what? When you think about it, every time we talk,
Well, I
all we're
kind
doing
of
is
thought you were
making
being
noises with our
condescending,
mouth.
and
He was,
I thought you were
FTR
patronizing
musician.
me.
You know what? You're the only person who, when I'm making dumb noises, like I'm just like telling the world how stupid I am. And you're like, this guy's condescending, man. You're like looking at the guy mumbling in the corner, saying, "Is he condescending? Look at this condescending."
Like, are you patronizing me right now?
Like when you walk past the ranting hobo on the street, you're like, this motherfucker's talking down to me. I know it.
I know it, and it's true.
I'm really hungry, so that chip on your shoulder is making my mouth water, dude.
Yeah.
Says, get it off so I don't have to look at it anymore. All right. Anyways, you were saying.
What was I saying?
Oh,
yeah.
You're talking about how
I was
you were
ranting
wrong about
about
FTR
how-
back when they came to the company.
Yeah, because the best friends like showed up every fucking week during the pandemic. in and out every fucking Wednesday. They were always there putting on a fucking killer match. Well, not killer match,
Okay.
but they were there every Wednesday putting on a match.
Yeah,
Yes.
they wrestled a lot.
Correct.
And they
sentiment.
did. And I felt at that point like there's no crowds. Put the belts on them. It's not going to hurt the belts. It's not going to make people think less of them. And there's no crowds, so you're not going to get the pops for when you put a belt on like the Young Cucks or FTR or any of the other teams. Like the SoCal.
Well, they were the first champs. You weren't gonna
Yeah.
have best friends be the first champs, so that's all.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah, it
they
was
were
okay with
steady
SoCal.
hands and veterans. And then then it was
But that was
Kenny and
before
Hangman.
COVID. I'm
Then
saying
it was
like
Kenny and Hangman. Yeah. We're gonna go through the entire line because we're gonna
Okay.
try to find a spot where the best friends could have gotten it. And I mean, like I suppose you can have them have a 1 week reign wherever, but AEW has been pretty good about not doing
not
that with
doing
their
that
belts.
stuff. Yeah.
So we'll rule that out, and we'll define a reign as they held it for at least 1 month, right? So you got
Yeah.
SoCal United or SoCal
Uncensored.
Uncensored.
Yeah.
OCU,
Kenny and Hangman,
Kenny and Hangman,
and they lost to
then
FTR. You could have put him on.
FTR.
You could have put the best friends in that spot because FTR only had him for like a month or two, and then they dropped
FTR
him
had him
to
for
the Bucks in the cage
more
match.
than a month or two. FTR had him for like 3 or 4 months.
From September to November.
Was that it?
63 days.
That was it.
63
Oh.
days.
So that, but then you're not okay. FTR comes in the company. You want to put them over as serious. So they
In the
did
middle
that.
of COVID, like that was the whole thing. Too.
Yeah. So I mean, you can't sell them with crowd reaction.
But then the Bucks beat FTR and held them for a fucking year, so it doesn't matter.
They did, and
The
that.
Lucha Brothers had it again after that. Then
But
Jurassic
infamously,
Express,
that was politics. Like I don't think the Bucks were supposed to get him that quick.
But that's still a spot
And
that
then-
like 4 other tag teams could have had the belts for 3 to 4 months.
So then FTR is just not winning the belts. Or are you just saying like during the Bucks reign, you're
Like
gonna
during
have
that-
the Bucks lose to best friends?
When FTR
Mhm.
got the belts and then lost to the Bucks, that's a year worth of titles that was just on those guys, and then we kind of went nowhere fun after that, in my opinion. So a couple
I'm
other teams,
asking
the
where
best
in
friends
there
could have had them. Where I don't
do
know.
you have.
For
3 month
me,
span.
For
that's
me,
that's the point of the exercise. So are the Bucks beating FTR? Or pardon, the best friends beating FTR, or are they beating the Bucks?
for me, they were beating Kenny and Adam.
That would have been fine. Yeah.
You have them beat Kenny and Adam.
Yes. Because they did fight against them. I
They
want to
would've
think
got
a
a huge
few
pop,
times
so it would've been great.
during that 228-day reign. Like the best friends fought against them, and it's like they could have put the belts on them and kept that feud with Proud and Powerful, which was fucking good too. And they could have done that whole thing with the tag belts before crowds were there. FTR didn't need the belt when no crowds were there.
Well, I mean, you could have used them as a transition between Omega and Page and FTR. I suppose that would have
Yeah.
been the best time.
Because then we
They
spent
used-
the next 2 years
And that's what I'm
teasing it.
talking about. And that's where I was at. Like, you should have put the belts on them then. Because it was during COVID. Fans weren't there. They're not going to get the pop. But you're going to have.
For me, that's the reason you don't do it, is because what's the point of giving it to the best friends if you don't get that pop? It would just
Like,
be
do-
for the fans. It's literally
do-
just for the fans.
we
That's it.
probably still end up with the Bucks versus Lucha Brothers at the All Out cage match anyway. If best friends had the belts for 3 months before the Bucks, so
I'm not
like-
putting best friends over FTR though. I think that'd be insane.
No.
I mean FTR could just get taken out of that spot.
Well, then FTR just comes in the company and just jobs around, doesn't do anything.
I mean they jobbed around for what feels like ever
And
while
it
they were
almost
holding,
ki- and it
while they were
almost
holding
killed
all
them.
the tag titles,
And
but
it
AEW.
almost killed them doing nothing. Well, when they had the yeah, that almost killed them, despite even all the titles, like them not doing anything. But the real bad period was that period when they had to do all the Pinnacle bullshit and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
I mean, on Dax's podcast, he said he was having a lot of fun and he liked it, so that's really cool. But like, it wasn't doing him any favors.
I haven't seen the new podcast for him.
Which wasn't the first one. I've only listened to the first one.
Oh, okay.
They talk about they're going to do a whole Pinnacle episode eventually. So he didn't want to say too much about his time with the Pinnacle.
Gotcha.
But he wanted to squash rumors that he like was miserable for that reason.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah.
Old
So,
man.
blah 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 blah.
But
blah.
yeah, I felt the best friends could have had the tag team titles at some point during that time.
Yeah. And then I think they missed the boat by not giving them trios either. Like that, it feels like a double whammy then, you know?
Yeah. It's almost like they'll never get the belts at this point.
Yeah, like they're just gonna Trent will get fired, Chuck will go into obscurity, and they keep OC and Danhouse, and then it's like, damn it, why didn't we XYZ?
But I don't know. I think they
Hope
still
not.
sell merch.
Yeah, I hope they don't go anywhere. I want them around forever. I love Chucky T.
I love OC. I like Trent a lot.
I even loved when Wheeler was a best friend, and now he's just an acquaintance.
Not even. Have the best friends go heel. Wait. Have them just be themselves, which
I
is
would love
heelish.
being bully best friends would be hilarious. Of them just being jerks all the time.
Yeah.
Like I would take catering segments with them being assholes in catering. Like that'd be fun.
I think Trent and Chuck should like rebrand as the best frenemies for a while, and they still tag together, but when they're not tagging, they're in a singles feud.
Well, that would be fun.
They could pull
be
it off.
They could be the best frenemies for a while, and that's kind of like their heel turn.
They could be doing that now.
Yeah.
Well, it's just planting that seed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be fun. They're the best frenemies.
Yeah.
Okay, soup.
So we got that based off of a backstage interview.
Because it's more important than matches.
Yeah. Well, after this was pretty fun, I thought.
Very. Take soup is great.
Renee Paquette was outside the Elite's locker room trying to get an interview, but no one would talk to her. And then we have
The Elite have their own
Inosuke take a shit comes out. And then we have our world champion, MJF, come out to cut a scathing promo.
Yeah, it was good.
It was pretty good. He did some good digs on Takeshita.
Freddie
Yeah, it
Prinze
was,
Jr., Ken
Yeah,
Jeong.
Ken Jeong really sold it well.
Scooby Dooby Dooby Doo.
Freddie Prinze Jr. looked like he had a bunch of shit on his face.
And in his belly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was like red. Like his skin was so red looking.
Yeah. And he was just yeah, I don't know. I liked Ken Jeong selling it as though he was actually offended. Freddie Prinze was just like that's what he was like.
And then we had DBD versus KT.
That was a good match.
Take a shit, take a shit, take a shit.
I felt like it was the right length, and I knew what I was going to get, and I hate that because Takasup isn't going to win, and you just know it, so he's going to lose his next 20 matches, and then eventually he'll get an All-Atlantic or a TNT title match, and then he'll win.
Yeah,
so we're trying to push this guy right now
after being 2-45.
But he's
hey,
gonna
before
lose
we
every
get to the match, when MJF was just like saying, you know, you don't speak English, so you know you're like you're just like a mid-carder, you can't be a big guy because you don't speak English. What was it that Take a Shit said? Was it like suck my dick? Something like, what did he say? He said something funny to him.
He said
like
something
kiss my
Japanese.
ass.
Oh, kiss my ass. Yeah, it was pretty funny. That was pretty good. Yeah, rooting for the guy. He sure can work. He's got a great look. He can you know, even do that, even do enough there, you know, get him in the right group or get him right manager, and they could do something with him. Can't keep having him lose every match he's in, though.
Nope.
Yeah,
And you can't just
I
feed
feel
him
like they're
wins
going
on
to keep
dark.
doing it.
Yeah, they
That's-
just
For me, that's something they need to get away from too, is just feeding people wins on dark. So, oh, he's the number one contender now. I'm like, well, of course he is, because he fought jobbers for
He
a
beat
month.
Serpentico 13 times.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Brian Danielson won. Danielson propped up Takeshita's hand at the end so give him respect.
Yeah, that's
And
I like Brian doing the Ring of Honor thing in all his matches. I think that's pretty cool, the respect your opponent thing.
I miss asshole heel Brian from when he came in.
Oh, he's coming back. Don't you worry. Those
Think
you're
so?
gonna get your fucking head kicked in chants are about to happen every week until we get
Yeah,
MJF.
but that's still not the like in
No,
the
I-
ring.
like-
He's about the same, but
I,
he was.
I think Brian over the next 6 weeks is about to get angrier and angrier, and like each opponent is going to be like, I don't give a fuck about this human being I'm beating in the face. Like each match is going to get shorter and shorter and shorter to show that he can like beat the fuck out of someone. And his whole thing is going to be like, you've got to deal with me for an hour. Watch me kill this guy in 30 seconds. I feel like that's where we're going with Brian.
Maybe I don't see him. I see him just getting more baby facey, but
Oh,
being natural. Yeah. I don't know.
I was thinking we're gonna get all of Blackpool Combat Club going heel.
Yeah, I think I think he's kind of doing his own thing. It's almost like it's just Wheeler, Mox, and Claudio now.
For now,
It's a
until
stable. It doesn't matter what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
well, I'm thinking we get some DVD losing to MJF.
Okay, and then they go heelish. I could see
Like
that.
very heelish at that point. Like fuck this.
I think the BBC just doesn't matter at the moment. Like Mox is gone, and
really
Claudio and
doesn't.
Wheeler are Ring of Honor champions.
Yeah,
Mox is on vacation. I
doesn't
mean,
matter.
not gone, but on vacation.
Yeah.
Mox is out of the next cycle for like pay-per-views, unless him and
Yeah.
Hangman have a rematch in 6 fucking weeks, which will be dumb. But
Yeah, so there's that. Okay. And then we get Juice Robinson's interview.
He's got some crazy eyes, man.
I really don't remember this at all.
He just delivered a promo
Oh,
on
okay.
Darby. He challenged Darby, open title
I
or
just
something.
Googled him real quick.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
wild eyes. Promo is all right. He delivers a better promo than a lot of the
Darby
AEW
Allin?
guys. Yeah, God, it makes me so sad. Hope Darby he'll get better at that. I don't know.
I don't know. He likes turtles.
He's,
But
uh,
Juice Robinson, like I watched Dark from Tuesday today.
I hear you're doing an open challenge, Darby.
No,
you know what?
he was doing his promo, and the Dark Order came up trying to recruit him.
Oh yeah, well that's
Yeah.
interesting. And then did he go crazy on him?
A little bit. He's not really like attacking him, but I'm Bullet Club for life.
Oh, they just wanted to
There's
get a
a-
Bullet Club name drop in there, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit. And yeah, then we have the greatest tag team match of the night. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Jamie Hayter with Rebel.
Here's where I could say my piece that I've been meaning to say for many weeks. For at least a score and a half, perhaps 2 score.
Well, who are they
No,
fighting?
2 fortnights, not score. Jeez, I'm getting
it's
my
been like a
stupid
month,
old
bro.
timing. So 2 fortnights, as in like the insert video game joke. Anyways, Jamie Hayter still got jobber music, you guys. Like
Of
she's got a
course.
jobber entrance still. It's really weird because like properly they had her. She was the 4th of 4 women introduced as the champion, as it should be. Even Britt, the biggest star, came out first, and it's nice that they didn't make her come out with Britt on the entrance. She got her own entrance, so love all that. But the music is still just like bam, 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 and it just repeats that with the club beat. Then for the she just got jobber generic ass music. Somebody had a plug-in keyboard and 5 minutes, and they made that song for her. And then her video board is just like black background, like screensaver font. Hater gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. And it's extra standout bad in this new setup where you got all these screens and everybody's got pyro and crazy things going on. Brits looks beautiful.
That looks
The
so
music
good.
is
Yeah.
orchestrated like good. And then like Jamie comes out, bow, 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 and it's just like your screens are broken. There's nothing on them. Yeah. So it's really bad. And Jamie Hayter's great. That's my girl. So they need to take care of her. And they're not. I mean, they are in the ring and they are via booking. And via her look. She had a great look. Little pink tuft of hair going in there with the white and the everything else. She's great. Great look, great wrestler. Fun match. I'd love to see her and Storm go at it again because man, they seem to work really well together and they both hit hard and I had fun. I'm done talking. Go ahead.
So they were going against Soraya and Tony Storm.
Soraya.
Soraya.
Sriracha.
Paige.
They
She looked
did
good.
right bringing Tony out first. Because those boo birds.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I said it last week where like Tony's gonna get attacked by Hikaru Shida, and then maybe we'll get Monet or money. But that didn't happen.
No.
I know a couple weeks ago where I want to think you guys, I think it might have been Matt who said Tony or TK Flexo would say, no, she's not coming if she wasn't going to come. So like people wouldn't be all angry, but he didn't do that.
He did
And
do
then we
that.
didn't get her.
They did that last week.
Well, they did.
They told you this is the partner. They revealed the mystery partner. So
But
he did do that. And if
they
they hadn't
did.
done that, can you even imagine? But I mean, they explicitly told you. Like you can't be upset when the swerve didn't happen. Like it's not a swerve. If you
I'm not
expect it to
upset.
happen.
I'm
I
not
know.
upset.
I'm just saying they did everything that they could do.
Yeah. I mean, with the promo that Britt had where she's like, I'm the boss,
Yeah.
people read into that one too.
Yeah, and they might have been trying to get her. We don't know. We'll know someday, probably. But
I mean, there was that whole plane thing.
There was, yeah, the crazy TSA thing. That's a mess.
Yeah.
But
like,
I
so
mean-
maybe she would have shown up. I don't know. I felt it was pretty shitty that the fans were booing them
yeah, it is shitty.
because she didn't show up. Like, we didn't promise her at all.
No.
Or not we, but she was never promised to be there. There were slight, not real like hints at all. And you're gonna sit there and boo this match. Like you could tell the crowd was just mad during the match. Well, at least that's how I took it.
Yeah, I mean, there was disappointment. I'm glad that they got ahead of it as good as they could. But even with that, like, I mean, can you imagine if they had left it at mystery partner?
Oh yeah,
It would have been Adam Cole, and that would have been great.
No, CM Punk. Remember?
Adam Cole beating on his girlfriend.
Yeah.
He'd be like, Adam Cole, baby, and he'd be punching her in the mouth. It's Adam Cole and Andrew Tate together. They only fight women.
But I my hopes weren't high for her to show up. I wasn't disappointed that she didn't. But I thought it was unfair to all the women that came out for that match to just be kind of like shit on in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, the crowd seemed to be pretty good by the pretty early on.
As it
they seemed
progressed,
back into it. Yeah.
Early
the
on,
crowd's chanting, "We want puppies."
And Hayter got a pop, man. Hayter is so over.
Oh,
she
shit.
really is.
I think you're right with that music. If she came out with new fucking music for the next pay-per-view, that'd be fucking fire.
She should. She's the champ, man. And she's got like main event potential for the women's side, at least upper, like even in WWE, man. Like she's one of the handful of women that you don't like look at and think like, okay, this is the poverty wrestling promotion.
So where was she before here?
I don't know. the UK. I don't know. Nothing
Was
big.
she
I don't
like
know.
NXT UK or just?
No,
I don't know.
because it's like, oh god, where was it? Stardom. Stardom's one of them. That's like a
Okay.
women's promotion.
But
Well, that's
we
Japan, right?
have to take a brief break, to talk about briefs. This is a commercial for my underwear. I need money. Can you guys buy someone?
1, 2, 3.
Stardom and Revolution Pro in the UK.
You should probably repeat that now.
Nope.
No, you shouldn't. We're back,
No?
everybody.
And we're back.
We're back. I'm okay. I promised I wouldn't try to sell stuff anymore. Okay.
Okay, so Eddie
All right.
Kingston or
Looks like I need to call Young Bucks management. They'll no sell it for me.
Brandon Cutler.
He's just their cameraman. He doesn't.
Yeah,
He's their cameraman, their driver.
He's
their
a fucking
operator, their
lackey.
assistant, and their gear maker for his wife.
their childhood friend.
Yeah.
The best dragon there is.
It's good when your friends hit it really big.
At the top, you have Ultimo Dragon, and at the other side, you have Brandon Cutler.
I mean, I'm still waiting for my friends to hit it big.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm getting there, bro. I'm getting
Come
there.
on, guys.
Get your shit together.
Come on, man.
Figure it out.
Sell some books, dude.
We'll have an island.
Sell
Not that kind of island, but an island.
Yeah. That'd be hilarious. I'd be so proud of you if you became the next Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, I wouldn't associate with you anymore, but deep in my heart of hearts, I'd be like, yeah, he really did it.
Oh, look at everything he's done
He
for
did
it.
He really did it. You know,
He really did
living,
it.
He's living that life. He did it. What a monster.
He hung himself in jail. He really did it.
You wouldn't get busted.
Your Honor. Yeah, that's what I told my probation officer before. I was
Yeah.
like, hey.
Here's the thing, though. Your laziness would protect you. Like, if Jeffrey Epstein would have just stayed on his fucking creepy island, he'd still be ing with elementary school kids. I mean, I don't think he did them that young. Who knows? Either way, bad. And
Bad.
our metrics tell us the more we talk about kitty diddling, the less people watch. Now we have one viewer because of that.
But speaking of bad, we have the main event to come up. But before that, there was a promo.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get to the promo.
Instead
that's
of
why I
talking
threw you a
about the Bucks,
curveball.
I would rather talk about kitty diddling than the Bucks. Is that okay? No, it's not okay.
No.
But I mean, they are the young Bucks. Ew. Everything is gross about this.
All right, Mr. G, you're on mute for 30 seconds.
All right.
What happened?
So Eddie Kingston and Ortiz cut another promo where they argued for a bit.
This one was funnier.
Yeah, I kind of zoned out on this one.
It sounded like they probably did 10 rolling takes. And they just did that repeatedly over and over again, and this was the funniest one.
I mean, they're building up House of Black with, I don't know. I'm gonna go back to what we said earlier. Eddie needs to go solo and just take out.
Still agree.
Yeah. But after that, we had some announcements for Rampage. Darby Allin versus Juice Robinson.
This should be good. Juice is okay. I do like him.
We got the Jazz Queens versus Ruby Soho and Brody King and Malachi Black versus Eddie Kingston Ortiz, blah, blah, blah. The Acclaim will come out and we'll hear from Paul Walter Hauser again for reasons.
I guess he's an actor.
He is, like,
he was in some stuff.
Yeah, he's been in stuff. He just won an award for being in stuff, in fact. Yeah.
A Golden Globe.
That's not a reason why I would tune in to Rampage.
No, that's a reason to not tune in.
Yeah. And then we have the best promo of the night. The Jericho Appreciation Society.
This was a time waster of 10 minutes. I was embarrassed that this was on the card.
Oh, man.
So what that Ty Mello, like, she sounded like she was, I don't know.
She sounded like an angry Brazilian lady, and that's it.
They put the mic in her face, and it was just like, I don't even, Like I don't know. Someone who listens to this would die as though I just like death noted their name if I tried to imitate what she did. So I'm not even gonna try. It was weird and bad and creepy, and she I don't even
Jericho tried to salvage it, like,
he did.
and then
He
it's like she
did.
forgot she was in the middle of a ring because she just walked in the middle of the camera to Anna Jay to have a conversation, and Jericho tried to salvage the promo. I was like, this is stupid.
Like,
Why
was
is
she
this in my
drunk?
show?
Like that was are you drunk territory. That was
Yeah.
what is going on.
I honestly walked away during the promo.
Good. Like you didn't miss anything.
Like, the only thing I'm happy about was that it was taking time away from the Bucks match, so I knew it wasn't going to be a 30-minute ladder match.
And that was the other
Yeah.
thing. I was looking at the time thinking like, okay, because like I said last week, I was going to give this Bucks match an honest chance with the expectation that they were going to just go ahead and outdo themselves, because the only reason you make it go 7 is if you plan on doing something
right.
crazy. And then I'm watching it get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter, and it's like, okay,
There's not enough time for this.
oh,
Yeah.
what
Like,
are we
great,
doing?
so it's just going to be spot fest. Everybody starts with all their finishers and trademarks, and you got to
Uh-huh.
use them, you got to spam them. There were so many spots in that match where they were on the ladder, and all the other 4 participants that weren't in the spot were just staring,
Yes.
and then the spot would end, and they'd be like,
Yep.
all right, good, we're
Yes.
healthy again, let's pick up a ladder and let's set it. You go up, okay, now that
Yes.
you're ready, and it's like all you did was see that, and that's just dumb. I bet it was awesome to see live, because when you're live, you really don't pay attention to those nuanced things outside the ring. But when you're watching on fucking TV, you're just watching wrestlers like stare at the other wrestlers to
Yeah.
wait for their spots. And they had 4 fucking referees and 2 extra people on each team. So there was like 14 people in that match. Yeah. And then Kenny climbed it, of course, and you just, nobody was,
Yep.
I wasn't happy. I was like, great, cool. I hope they're going to go away even though they have the titles.
And then like it was really gross because then like all 3 of those guys, their sweat pores, like all of them opened up, and like you could see they got huge erections, and just semen just started pouring out of every orifice of their bodies, because it was just their 7-match, month-and-a-half long jack off session had finally ended, and they finally climaxed when Kenny climbed that ladder and grabbed those belts, and they hugged their belts that were made for them to hold, that they made us all watch just this glory down 3-1. So gratuitous. You're waiting for the swerve because no one could be this fucking up their own ass. And
it's
nope,
the pictures of the
But
president
they
giving
were
the
up
medal
their
to
own
himself.
fucking ass.
it was the president giving himself the medal. Yeah, it just
it's all $3, each handing another, like, it's the elite members in a triangle, each handing one of the other ones one of the titles, like, oh, thank you, as they're getting handed a title from another one, like, oh, you shouldn't have. We did this for us. You did this for me.
But here's your contrast, boys. The other EVP that's no longer there, like literally his first story in the company was, I'm gonna make a stip so I can't be the world champion, because those optics would be bad. Those optics would be bad. And then like literally the elite are just over here snickering, like, what a sucker.
Yep. Kenny got an extra belt 3 weeks ago, like, or 2 weeks ago. He's gonna collect belts again.
And that's fine.
Let's
like
give him the Ring of Honor tag title, trios tag titles too, because why not?
No, I don't think they could beat that team.
Yeah, okay. They
I
make
don't
their
know.
matches. They just do what they want.
It's just, it's so, they're so up their own ass. It's just, and then just the contrast between Kenny's like the Wrestle Kingdom Kenny and then this Kenny. It's just
Did Meltzer rate that match yet last night? I bet you he gave it 4.5 stars or more.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I almost guarantee it. It was probably
And that match barely qualifies for me. I mean, the match last night was awful compared to the cage match that was their culmination of their tag feud at All Out 2 years ago.
I mean, even the return match of the pay-per-view, which
Yeah.
was probably the best one of the bunch.
Which should have ended it.
Yeah, it should have
But
been.
no.
It had this genuinely surprising finish. You saw all the same moves that you're going to see. It at least kind of stayed around a ring. And then you saw that match and variations of it 4 times in a row. And then you saw the complete hardcore version of the match 3 times in a row with different furniture each time. And one of them had some backstage sections. It was just, for people who love it, maybe it was a dream, but I think even some of those people would have to admit that by the end of it, it was like, okay, guys. Okay.
I know for me, when I was watching it last night, I was watching it like half paying attention. I remember like sitting back in my chair and just looking like, okay, it's Kenny. He's gonna get the belt. I'm gonna go to bed now. Like, I didn't give a shit at all on the ending of that match.
Yeah, I think that's the sad part about it. It's like, yeah, this is super predictable. And it's like, fuck you, Lucha Bros. Thanks for helping us out of a pinch and then putting on banger matches when all this shit went down and Brawl Out. But we're going to make you lose after being up 3-1.
Yeah.
Because we want to have 4 cool stip matches, even though the 3 we just had were like bootleg stip matches. But you know what? You guys can just have the same 7 matches. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
They're just trying to be like fucking LeBron.
I mean, that's what it was. That was the story. Kenny got
all
to be
that
LeBron.
Was. And like, that's dumb.
Yeah, except the part of the story where LeBron beats the team that had the best regular season record ever. LeBron beat guys that could only win the matches that they did win because they cheated. So yeah. And in their version of the story, it's not supreme underdog, shitty ass Cleveland Cavaliers where you have an all-time great and a flat earther and a bunch of like sentient garbage defeating one of the best teams in NBA history.
Kevin Love is okay. Kevin Love.
You have, yeah, he was okay. But anyways, you know, man. For the sake of Kevin Love, you got in the way of my truck. Now I got to clean up the mess that got made. Okay. All right. In their story, they decided that, like, you know, they were picking on fat kids, but the fat kids cheated a bunch. So then, like, they had to go to 7 matches to beat the fat kids. And that's dumb.
Yeah, I feel like they just wasted all our time for the last month. And they did. To just, you know, trios titles that we got excited about because there were some tag teams and trios that we thought were going to do well and win, and now none of them will ever be mentioned again. And we have the Bucks, so we should be happy, I guess. According to people, we should be happy. So
yeah, the worm is turning on people's opinions too. If this, you know, little Punk feud goes on, it was just bizarre to see the initial fallout. Like, it just, they got their word and they got their shit out first and loudest, and just the internet wrestling community, just people that were fanatic and just defending Punk and being over the top in love with Punk suddenly like wanted his head and we're done with him. And it's been wild to see. And you're kind of seeing things normalize more where people are like, wait a minute. Punk was really good, and these guys kind of are douchebags.
Yeah, these douchebags don't really help our ratings, and that guy that we got mad at isn't here anymore, and he helped our ratings. Our boss just told us we couldn't keep our jobs and our TV shows if our ratings didn't improve. So let's get rid of the guy that gets rid of our ratings.
Yeah, it's absurd. The whole thing's absurd. I think he is coming back, though. I think
hope so.
Ultimately, Tony Khan is not a stupid man.
I'll cry either way, so.
It's a cry situation, huh?
Cry comes back, cry doesn't. Man. Just like last time.
Make sure you get on camera.
You're crying?
Yeah, when he comes back.
I mean, I'm always happy when I see CM Punk, if you can't tell by the picture that's in front of you guys on the screen.
Well, you're not looking at CM Punk.
Joseph Joestar?
Jotaro?
That's Joseph.
That's Joseph.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Well, that's a successful Dynamite, boys.
Was it? It was all right. I wasn't too keen.
I meant our
on
recap
most of it.
was a successful Dynamite. Recap.
Well, no, we didn't do Dynamite. Oh, our recap was a successful Dynamite recap. Yes.
Yeah, I think we did really well.
So what about
recap.
those Saudis?
They they're a monarchy, a blood-soaked, oil-stained
I really hope they don't buy the other company.
monarchy that likes wrestling.
I'm hoping it's
And
Disney, ESPN, Universal, or Shahid Khan and his little son Tony.
I hope somebody that isn't Saudi Arabia buys it as well.
I hope. I don't have any hope.
I hope Vince McMahon loses the company to Ric Flair in a card game.
Again.
And then Ric Flair owns it.
Woo! And then he gives it to Jay Lethal.
And then instantly, in 1 month, he actually racks up more secret sexual lawsuits than Vince McMahon did in 20 years.
Hey, speaking of awesome
In
things,
1 month, he has to pay so much hush money.
I would love if it was owned by Disney and we had our own fucking theme park that was wrestling themed. That would be really awesome.
Yeah, we're just getting costumed wrestlers walking around.
Jobberland.
Jobberland. Like,
that's where all the D-list celebrities sign stuff.
Brawler again.
No, honey.
Son,
13
that's not the
times is
Brooklyn
enough.
Brawler.
You sound like Elmo.
Oh my God.
Jobberland.
Let's go to Jobberland. Elmo says shut the fuck
Oh, that's creepy. That's uncanny. That's uncanny. Jobberland. Yeah, that'd be good. Oh, the Attitude Era. That'd be the teenage only part.
Yeah, that's just like a roller coaster ride where wrestlers punch you with shit while you're going through it.
Yeah.
And occasionally there's some boobs because, Attitude Era. And Mark Henry's hand he slept with or got married to. What was it?
It was his child. Mae
That's
Young
right.
gave birth to a hand.
It was Mae Young. That's right. Oh, God. I
Yes.
forgot about all that great stuff.
It was the one who used to entrap and prostitute female talent
I
in
thought
the
that was
70s
both
and
Mae
80s.
Young and Fabulous Moolah.
Oh, it was just Moolah. It wasn't Mae Young.
Mae Young
sorry,
wasn't-
Mae Young. Ghost of Mae
Yeah.
Young. You're innocent. There's nothing wrong with her. It was Moolah. Just Moolah.
I mean, there may have been something wrong with her, but
Maybe, but not that. She wasn't like
yeah, she was not the
Yeah.
mullah.
She wasn't like girl Andrew Tate.
Yeah, she wasn't prostituting them up.
She wasn't the female Epstein.
No.
God.
No, she wasn't. Not nearly as successful as Epstein.
Nope. She tried.
She tried her best. She tried her damnedest. All right. So before we go, we got a little bit of time.
Okay. What are you guys playing right now?
Favorite Fabulous Moolah. I'll go first. Fabulous Moolah. Jackski, who's your favorite Fabulous Moolah?
Fabulous Moolah.
Ooh, that's a good one. TK, you got a favorite Fabulous Moolah?
The original.
Fabulous Moolah?
Yeah.
Good choice. Phil, do you have a favorite Fabulous Moolah? No? Okay.
No? Phil
No, I
died?
think of
No, he doesn't have a favorite Fabulous Moolah. That's okay.
right.
I don't know. This doesn't sit right. He needs a favorite fabulous moolah.
Well, he can think about it for a while. That's
Yeah,
okay. We can come
we'll-
back to it.
We'll go there next week.
What's Miro doing in Fantasyland?
Miro, man, they haven't had too many teasers recently. I don't know what the holdups are, if Hulk Hogan said the N-word again or what happened. But yeah, they haven't had him on in a while. I haven't seen him. The last we saw was that teaser where he met Hulk Hogan on the beach to learn about God. So I don't know. I don't know what the holdup is, but I hope we get more. See, now even in my fantasy booking Miro segment, like Miro stopped showing up. That's
Like he's not even there for
yeah,
that.
even in the fantasy booking, he's just not on TV anymore. It's a shame. It's a real shame.
Maybe one day Miro will come back. and demolish everyone and get that TNT title back.
Maybe that'd be
That's-
great.
The only thing really for me that I can think with Miro is the hardest thing for him is that he's just so over and he can just fucking wreck anyone. Where it's hard to think that, oh, we're gonna put you in a program and you're gonna lose. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't.
No,
With
he's
him.
got to win. He's got to beat somebody.
Yeah. And with who knows how many fucking plot lines Flexo has right now, it'd be hard to just say, like, oh yeah, come in here, do this, but we're not gonna put a title on you. Almost like the Bray Wyatt thing situation with the Fiend, where like you're stuck at that point where the Fiend really shouldn't lose, but he lost to Trash.
Yeah, but I mean that was this because they're dumb and they apparently forgot how they booked the Undertaker years ago.
Yeah,
Like they've done it before.
and that's where we are with Miro. Like, oh, he's not here. Yeah. Well, Miro's not here, but at the same time, if he's there, he's just gonna wreck everyone, and it's hard to book that. I think.
I mean, I suppose I don't know. Like you run squash matches, you can just have him show up here and there. You can have him wreck segments. Again, if you had another commissioner character, you could literally just have him show up, fuck things up, and like you're suspended, and then he comes back and he just like you could do it. Even if you don't have any creative for him to actually wrestle, you get him on TV. You're already paying the guy. You do something. Like there's so many things you can do. For a while, they had him literally walking in a void. Okay, at the point that you're so willing to have him on TV that you're having him walk around a white void and like be upside down and he's looking for God. All right, you're willing to do anything at that point. If you can think of that, you could think of a different reason to get him on TV, and you could find people to feed him to him. You know, I don't know.
He could just come out at any time and take the title from Darby, and it's okay.
Yeah,
so it's like
You
he
know,
should.
But for me, it feels he needs to be in the title picture, like the world championship title picture.
Maybe he'll go back to Hunter, but then again, Hunter might not be in charge.
Yeah. Hunter Aladdin.
I'm not going to worry about the WWE.
Hey, we got a Rumble coming
AEW
up.
podcast right now.
We got a Rumble.
Royal Rumble.
We can talk about any wrestling. This company's only existed for 3 years.
Of course, we can talk about anything.
Favorite wrestler featured in the SNES game Royal Rumble. Go.
Jake the Snake.
I'm gonna go with Razor Ramon. He's in that, right?
I don't think Jake's in that one.
Razor's in that.
In Royal Rumble, I don't know if he was in that one or he wasn't until Raw.
Bret Hart.
Yeah, Hart's definitely in there.
I'll go with Bret Hart.
WWF Royal Rumble SNES.
Yeah.
Bret, Taker, Shawn, Razor. Savage,
Okay, Razor's
Crust,
in there.
The Narcissist. SNES
Actually, I'm gonna
features
change mine to Taker.
Flair.
You're gonna change
Perfect.
yours to Lex Luger. What's that?
To Taker.
But it's
Lex
the
Luger.
narcissist Lex Luger, so it's
Yes.
okay. It's the good Lex
Yeah,
Luger.
that works.
I hated him so much as a kid, which I was supposed to. So
Papa Shango. Oh, that's in the Genesis version.
Who is Papa Shango? Is that the Godfather?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay, here. This is a good trivia. Okay, so the SNES and the Genesis had different rosters.
I just said that.
Did you? Well, I wasn't listening to you. I was too busy reading it, so I could say it. No, go ahead. If you said it, I was just going to ask which one people thought was better. The SNES.
I said it already. I'm good.
You did, Jesse? Did you catch the differences between the rosters?
I didn't say the whole roster.
Well, anyways, okay. So SNES got Flair, Mr. Perfect, DiBiase, Yokozuna, and Tatanka.
Tatanka
Got Hulk Hogan brother, IRS, Jim Duggan, Rick Martel, and Papa Shango. Which version had the bet? These are pretty close, man. Those are some pretty. Who's better?
Don't
What
you
was
have to
the
give it
first
to
one?
Hogan? I don't know. I feel like it's Hogan on one side, but then the other side is like Ric Flair, Ted DiBiase, Yoko, and Mr. Perfect. Like
Yeah.
it's like a fact and fiction and magic where you need to separate the piles in 4 and 1.
Okay.
It is like the top
What year
card
did that
goes
come out?
the bad card.
93.
What year did that come out?
93.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. Okay.
1993. I'm buying a wrestling video game. You got Hogan in it.
Okay, well that's 1993. So that's what 20-year-old Jesse thinks. Tell me what 50-year-old Jesse thinks.
Or the other one.
Okay.
Like old man Jesse likes the other one because he's not a fucking child. But like
That's-
child Jesse, totally anything with Hulk Hogan for sure.
That's fun. Good stuff.
The greatest of stuffs. Oh, are you guys gonna get Hogwarts Legacy?
I want to.
No.
No?
I'll
Well,
probably
no.
just settle for watching some people play it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have time to play any games at all. I don't have time to finish anything. So it's not nearly interesting enough for me to like make time to do it. If it gets like incredible reviews and it's like, oh my God, must play, maybe I'll check it out when it goes on clearance. But I mean, like the company that made it, the studio that did it, they were the guys that have been working on Disney Infinity for the past decade. And before that, they worked on a bunch of Disney games, which kind of tells me that their wheelhouse is kind of more kiddie friendly fare. So it might be really cool, but like it's gonna be probably pretty basic bitch. Pretty
Okay.
like maybe fun to sink time into, but I don't have much time. And if it's not gonna give me any challenge or like blow my mind, I got Zelda coming out and I'm for sure making time to play that. Like that's cool. But it's the problem with this Final Fantasy game. It's too easy. This new
Oh,
one.
the
Yeah.
Origins.
And there is a harder difficulty, but just like the Neo games, like the balance, the difference in difficulty between the bosses, which actually can be kind of challenging, and then everything else is just it's insane. Like everything else is a walk in the park. Bosses can give you a little bit of trouble. And that's just like so I would turn the difficulty up, but then the bosses are going to become a real pain in the ass, and sometimes for the wrong reasons. Like it just becomes grindier. Like it's still easy as hell to dodge your attacks, but it's going to take forever. Yeah, it's not fun.
I
So
don't want to spend all my time dodging during
Yeah.
the boss battle.
but it's not a bad level. The level design is also not very creative compared to Neo. Neo had some more clever level design than
You're
this.
still talking about Final Fantasy?
The Strangers in Paradise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean it's by the guys who they did Neo, and it's
Okay.
Neo.
I
It's
know.
from-
I just
from
started with the
King of His.
Hogwarts, and I didn't get to say anything on it.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I was talking to you and telling you why I'm not interested in playing it. That's all.
Yeah,
And
I
it
know.
became
I know.
long-winded.
And I kind of felt that from you without even asking. Like
I felt it too. Don't worry.
like I knew it's like no, you don't get time, but I'm actually really excited for it.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
don't
gonna be
know
pretty
why.
bad. Is it all the systems? Switch, new
It's on
Xbox.
everything.
So it's not okay. Because
Yeah.
like I'd love to get it for the PS5. I haven't purchased yet, but you know,
I think it's cool. Like you get to pick your own house.
what are you getting it on?
PS5. Like I was gonna get it for Switch.
For ease of play? Yeah.
Well, I just like playing games on my Switch more. I don't even play it handheld mode. I always have it plugged in, like docked. But I have a little TV.
I don't think I've ever played mine docked in the last couple of years. It's always in my hand.
I prefer the dock. I don't like holding it.
I get good use out of both of them. When the kids play, it's TV. When I play, it's handheld.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really I think a little too excited for Hogwarts Legacy.
Nah, man, I think it's gonna be pretty badass. The like learning spells, doing spells, walking around, the pseudo story that's gonna follow that. Like, I think it's gonna be really
Seems
cool.
like a great concept. If they do it well, it could be like the Harry Potter game, right?
We've got Sirius Black's grandfather, I think,
who's
as the
played by
professor.
Simon Pegg.
Yeah,
I saw that and I was like, oh, that's cool. He probably
Weren't
had a lot
most
of
of their
fun doing that.
family douchebags? Was he like a cool one too? Like most of them were racist douchebags, weren't they?
Oh no, this guy's a douchebag.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's a horrible person.
Okay, that fits because like he was the black sheep for not being awful.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, oh, you don't hate all these people who don't know magic?
Like their racist house elf is one of my favorite characters. He's so miserable.
Yeah.
Reach your lips to serve the House of Black.
Mud blood. That's the M word, dude. Mud blood. He's an
Filthy
asshole.
mudbloods.
Yeah.
But everyone's a
Fucking asshole.
mudblood.
Everyone?
I think so.
It's just, it's Harry Potter 21andMe DNA test.
But
that's all.
But it's kind of the point. Like, even though people are pure blood, they're not really pure blood.
Yeah, it's a whole racism is stupid thing. The whole concept of
it's just
pure
fucking
blood
dumb.
doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
But Harry Potter's awesome. I love it.
Yes.
I can't wait to.
Do you get to always pick your house, or can you let it go into like auto sort mode and put you in whatever? That'd be cool if you get choices.
That
The
would
game's not
be.
out yet, so I don't know.
Like
That'd be cool
based
if it
on
had
your build.
four different playthroughs for each house.
Oh, based on your build. Yeah, the sorting hat puts you where you go.
But no, I don't know about that. But I know from what I saw, you got to choose like what house you're in. And I'm like, oh, Slytherin, for sure.
Slytherin?
Oh yeah.
They're douchebags.
Yup. Have you met me?
I'm a
Dude,
Ravenclaw.
You're like a Hufflepuff, man.
God, I knew you were gonna say that.
But I mean,
I'm a
you literally
Ravenclaw.
are.
No, I'm a Slytherin. I guess it's not out of character for me to call myself a Slytherin. I'm pretty much a dick, so
I'm a Hufflepuff. Hufflepuff.
if I had a choice, I think I'd be Ravenclaw, but I hear they had some good orgies.
Really?
No, that's just the brainy
Why am I
fest.
Hufflepuff?
You know
Matt?
why you're a Hufflepuff.
I don't know actually.
Oh,
Well, there's
I've only
supposed to be
seen the
this kinda
movies
like
and they
the,
don't
when you
go
play the
into it.
game, you get to do some soul searching and figure out why you're a Hufflepuff.
That sounds about right.
they're
You've never read the
kind of
books?
be the
You
No.
want to read them?
genial friendly types, right?
I think so.
Like
You want to read the books, Jess? I'll
they're
bring
not
them to you.
especially super ambitious. They're not duplicitous. They're not necessarily brave and stupidly heroic. And they're not like intellectual giants or anything.
They're
just like
hobbits.
dudes. Yeah, they're good dudes. That's all.
Whatever.
You're the good dude house.
I think you're a Gryffindor, Jesse. You could pull that sword anytime.
Yeah, you could be a Gryffindor too. Why not? It's one of those two houses.
I mean, you have
Probably.
Jesse luck. That's like Felix Felici's liquid luck already. So that's Dynamite, guys.
What's your house, Matt?
I'd probably be a Ravenclaw.
Of course you fucking would. No, you'd be a Gryffindor. You got that leadership quality because you don't like taking shit and you would voice your opinion. So they'd be like, "This guy's the head guy now." Sounds like Gryffindor.
That'd be miserable, but I don't want to lead people.
But sometimes it just happens because what if everybody in your house played a board game and they looked at you to understand the rules because that's what we do. So
That's why I'd say I'm a Ravenclaw.
Touche.
But yeah, I'm not heroic enough and like selfless enough to be a Gryffindor or whatever. I don't think.
God, I really am a Slytherin, aren't I? Fuck.
I don't know.
I don't know. We got to take the quiz online because all that shit's true.
I have. Every different one I've taken has just been, what do I want to be this day? And that's the one I get.
Yeah,
That's the problem with those tests. It's the selection bias. You can't
The
get out of
questions
your
will
own
be so
head.
easy.
And they'll make it easier too. It'll be like, you meet someone on the road. Do you A, hug them, B, read a book to them, C, tell them tales of your bravery, or D, stab them in the gut 15 times. And it's like, oh, okay.
You mean I don't have an option to just walk past them
No.
and
Have you
ignore
ever-
them?
Have you
No.
ever walked past a person without doing one of those 4 things? No,
Then
I
you
didn't
can't
think
get
so.
sorted into a house. That's just the way it works.
Mhm.
That's unfair.
You have to stab them.
Mudblood, mudblood, mudblood.
Do we want to thank our Patreon sponsor in the last 3 minutes?
No,
No.
All right.
I don't even want to thank listeners, honestly. You know what? You're welcome. I'm not thanking you. You're welcome.
If they're
You're
still
welcome
here
for this
after 3
quality
hours,
content.
then they are
It's
welcome.
not 3 hours. That's another reason you're not a Ravenclaw. You can't tell time.
It's been like
Slytherin.
2.5 hours.
No, not even.
Yeah, it has. This is on our 3rd one that we filled out in
Nah,
around
not
45
even.
minutes.
No.
Nah, we started at 8:30, dude.
No, we didn't.
Dude.
No, we didn't. We started before that.
Dude.
We did not start before 8:30.
We did. You sent a text out, and Matt
No,
said
this
he was
is
ready.
this is the 4th half-hour block. So as far as
Jesse, you sent the
recording
invite
goes-
out at 7:38, so it's been 2.5 hours.
But we didn't start the minute he sent it out.
You said I'm trying to get in at 7:45, so it's been 2.5 hours, and you got in right at that.
Invite was out at 8:38.
That's your time. So our time it's 7:45.
It's been
Yeah.
3
2.5 hours.
All right. Well, welcome to Ravenclaw, Nick. I mean, dang it. Oh, and I'm demoted.
Almost
I-
all night.
I'm a Hufflepuff now. Bummer, man. Well, they are the Stoner House, so
So here's the spoilers for Rampage.
my grades slipped and into Hufflepuff
guys ready?
I go.
Yeah, spoil it.
Things are gonna happen.
Stuff and things,
Yeah.
or just things?
Bandito is gonna fight Bryan Danielson next week on Dynamite.
Yeah. Okay.
Darby Allin and Juice Robinson are gonna fight on Friday.
And
Brody
here's to
King and
you,
Malachi Black
Juicy
are-
Robinson. You are gonna fight Darby again. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And
There's
this time only
5
2
segments
people.
set for fucking Rampage.
How fucking gross
What?
that there's 5 segments on a Rampage.
Like it's too many. I think that's why Battle of the Belts 5 was good. There are 3 matches. Little to no filler. Like just do that on Rampage. Just quit trying to put too much in there.
Thank you. Goodbye. We love you, Jesse. I hate to cut you off, but I love cutting you off. Cutting you off is the
Yeah.
finest thing I do. Like,
him.
subscribe, cut off. Jesse, like, subscribe, listen. YSATS. Thanks. TK, say bye. Phil, everyone.
TK, say bye, Phil, everyone.
Oh, you did it. See you next week, guys.
Cosby voice.
No, you got to get it. No, I'm not playing music. Zoom. No.